In this video, we're going to take a look at the new document comparison option in BluePrint PCB. What I have loaded is a Rev A design. Just point out a couple of things here. It is 4 layers. There's a 4-layer stack up. There is a 80.035 holes. These components right here, as you can see, are through hole. And then I've actually made some changes over here in the text in the note block for revision B. So when we do the comparison, you'll see those as well. Okay. So I'm just going to zoom back out a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and bring up the document compare window. It's got our currently loaded design here, and then we will load the second design. It'll take it a little bit to load that up. It's actually doing a conversion so that we can do a graphical compare between these two sets of documents. Once it is loaded up, you can see the two document sets side by side. You can zoom in and out up here and zoom to the extents if you need to. But let's go ahead and run the comparison. While it's running, I will point out a couple of the other options up here. So first of all, there is tolerance info if you want to have it ignore small differences between the two document sets. You can set this number here. You can have it look for missing and extra sheets. It's going to try to map the drawings by either drawing name or sheet name as you bring those in. You can always manually map them. What color do you want your errors to look, and what zoom level for one error versus multiple layers? Once we do get it done, we'll see the results of the comparison here, and then we'll have some options like being able to validate or add comments to the differences that we see. Okay, so we're done here, and we can just go by sheet and look at the differences. If we go to this one, there's differences in the area, and again, these are where I've changed from surface mount to through hole, and now the drill pattern would be different on those particular ones. Here's one where the stack up went from a 4-layer to a 6-layer stack up. And then I think I mentioned this, we changed some text. We're now using 1 ounce where we were using 1/2 ounce copper. Let's go to another sheet. Here on the assembly sheet 1, we'll see the ref des are different because, quite frankly, we changed from through-hole components to surface mount components. Same idea here on sheet 2. And on sheet 4, there's actually differences here in the parts list, and you can see those as well. Now if I have a comment for those, I can just go in here and say, okay, let's add a comment, and maybe that comment is something like just parts list. Okay, so now that comment stays with it. You can also validate. So if you're going through and you're responsible for checking the differences and somebody wants to have an audit trail that they can go back and look after the fact, you can just hit validate when you find something that's okay. And you can also do this in the BluePrint viewer. It allows you to go ahead and validate or comment on any differences. So we're not taking up a BluePrint seat for that. And as you can see here, I have loaded this up into the BluePrint viewer, And you can see my comment is there along with my validation check mark. If I decide to validate something else, it will prompt me when I exit to save that to the database. Okay, so this is how we can use document compare in Blueprint to compare two different revisions. We can also validate and look at those differences in the Blueprint viewer so that we do not have to take up a Blueprint license.